Enjoy.
The masters of electric football.
My electricity, I had too many amps. It made that.
An ode to fingertips. And a man running out of fingers for all his jewelry. It's the Lords of the Rings. Today on NFL Films Presents.
NFL Films Presents is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Today we've got an electric show for you, as in electric football. Did you know that people still play it? We'll introduce you to the new king of that old school game later. But up first, a real Lord of the Rings. You've probably had your fill of pieces about the Patriots by now, but we were determined to find a story about them that no one has told.
Coverage continues nightly on ESPN2.
Starting at receiver.
Before Madden video games, back when goalposts were in front of the end zone, the most popular football game involved 3-inch tall figurines and a vibrating board. It was called electric football.
I remember electric football very well when I was a young kid.
All my buddies came over and we played until 1 o'clock in the morning.
There's something visceral about having those players and physically having your hands on them.
The best Christmas present I've ever received in my whole life, including now.
With its NFL replica uniforms and shiny metallic fields, electric football captured the imagination of kids everywhere. That is, until they started playing.
There was such an excitement about getting that game, and you got it for Christmas, and you ripped the box off, and you plugged it in, and you got the teams lined up on each side, and then you turned it on, and they just went, No one went anywhere.
It might take you a whole hour to score. I mean, it was unbelievable, because you could never keep the guy straight.
My older brother and I, and we only got about a quarter in because we'd beat the hell out of each other by the end of the first quarter. And Mom would take the wooden spoon to us. That'd be the end of electric football for the evening.
That game probably lasts for about 2 weeks. Then the battery would wear out, and it would be dead. Pieces wouldn't work anymore.
And so electric football went the way of the slinky and the chia pet, an idea that swept the nation and was then swept under the rug.
If you ask me, electric football is a metaphor for America. Always shaking, always noisy, never really knowing where it's going. Wait a minute. America's nothing like electric football. It's just a stupid game that doesn't even work. Get that camera off me.
Would it surprise you to know that there's an electric football league that still is in existence where people actually play these games and they have a tournament and they play it down to where there's an electric football Super Bowl?
They still have the same original one? How do they get the guys to turn? That's amazing, really. They're the same guys.
Are you telling me the truth? I think that's awesome. And you know what? Maybe when I'm done doing this, I'm right in there trying to do that with that group.
Go Chiefs!
Meet Len Schmidt, known by Chiefs fans as Weird Wolf. Weird Wolf has been a fixture at Chiefs games for 20 years.
65 toss power trap. Look for 65 toss power trap. 65 toss power trap.
And his favorite electric football team is his handmade replica of the Super Bowl champion 1969 Chiefs.
65 toss power trap. Yeah! Yeah! I tell you that baby is there. Yes, sir, boys.
I reviewed what footage I could find of the Super Bowl IV game. Once I got all my information, I went ahead and painted the team, and they all got mud stains that match to the actual Super Bowl.
His favorite electric football play? Yep. 65 toss power trap.
The ball's supposed to go to Mike Garrett for a touchdown, right through a hole that's supposed to be created over here. Yes! Touchdown, baby! There it is! Woo! We did it, boys! Touchdown! I told you, 65 toss power trap!
Weird Wolf might be electric football's media star, but the defending champion is Keith Chalmers.
If you win enough and you get your name out there as, quote, one of the big guys, everybody wants to shoot you down. Well, I'm happen to be that big guy.
Big Keith towers over the competition and talks a big game as well.
Come on, baby. Hey.
Don't be scared. Hey, man, don't let him get in your head like that, man. Don't be scared. I ain't paying no mind.
While Big Keith may be the man to beat, the sentimental favorite is New Orleans native and Hurricane Katrina victim Ron Bell.
I had 10 feet of water in my house, so I went in about 2 weeks after the hurricane. My house was covered with little plastic kickers and bases and everything. I was, oh my God. But I did recover some stuff, and I have a couple players who braved the storm who are here with me today, and they seem to be fine. I don't see any psychological effects at all.
In this hobby, the person most prone to psychological damage is the electric football wife.
I spent a whole bunch of money yesterday, now I'm back, and I'm like, well, since my wife is not around,
you can spend a little more.
Yeah, I had to get away from her. I told her, I said, go upstairs and eat the breakfast.
The first time she came to visit me, I had like 6 guys over my house playing electric football. First day she came over, she sat in this big comforter chair for 6 hours while we played electric football. I knew then. I said, this one is a keeper, man. Serious. And Valerie Smith, she's a keeper, and we've been together ever since.
When computers took over the gaming industry, the passion for electric football flamed out. But decades after most had pulled the plug, diehards reconnected through the internet and brought the buzz back.
This whole community, it grows and grows every year. Without them, we'd be just a bunch of nerds with plastic guys in our closets, you know. I tell you what, I'm a little worried because I got a game in a little bit. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna I don't want to.
Are you ready for some electric football?
Are there any questions?
The figure men who stand like this, will they be allowed to play on the offensive line?
The only figures that are allowed on the offensive line are the standard blocking figures and then the guy that crouches down.
At the Super Bowl tournament, study and preparation are a must. Because when the boards hum, the tension reaches a fever pitch.
Oh, you guys got to get to that quarterback, baby.
I smacked him like that, or I done grabbed him like that and slammed him down on the board and said, let's play ball. Sometimes I'll just hold it back till halftime, go in the bathroom, smack myself in the face with some cold water, come back out, pick him up, slam him down, and we ready to play football.
In the semifinals, Ron Bell knocked Big Keith's figurines off their plastic pedestals.
Unfortunately, the road stops here. So you notice how the game over and it got quiet, crickets, cricket. But you know what? I'll be back.
We have an opportunity now to really have a dream story of the Saints actually coming back and winning a Super Bowl.
Bushes at the 5. We're moving kind of slow today.
Turn it up. Take off. Take off. Got a block. was my team, we had a motto, and we wanted to stick by it. One heartbeat, and I believe we have that. Between me and my plastic men, we have one heartbeat.
Ron Bell gets the trophy.
Good game, man.
But at the Electric Football Super Bowl convention, everyone goes home a winner.
At first, I thought I was alone playing electric football. And then when I found all these guys across the country, man, it was like we're brothers.
Non-stop football action is never more than a flip of the switch away. Serena Altschul has the electrifying details.
In this Super Bowl, the gridiron is vibrating steel.
Man,
The players, made in China.
this line's killing me.
And the locker rooms are, well, tackle boxes.
What do you use the glue for?
Just because his arm broke off.
Oh, so like injuries?
This is the EFL, the Electric Football League.
That sound.
That's a bad board.
At its peak in the early 80s, 7 million electric football games were sold every year.
When the handheld electronic games came out and the computer games came out, the industry fell apart.
But now, the buzz is back,
See that?
thanks to nostalgic fans and a new younger crop of players.
How many years have you been playing the game?
31,
31 years? And how old are you?
39.
Chris Hebert drove 17 hours from Boston to coach his Patriots.
Mostly everything that you can do in regular football, you can do in electric football.
That may come as a surprise to the millions of players who have mastered little more than the electric hoedown.
Lots of times we get, oh yeah, that game where the players just run around in circles.
These players seem to know how to control the pieces, at least most of the time.
You both squish the cones to make them thicker.
So ideally now this guy's going to move straight. Okay, so that's not good. 'Cause the guy...
Ron Bell of New Orleans is good, very good. Just don't ask the three-time champ for tips when he's losing.
No, but I really do not want to discuss it right now.
Oh, really?
Can we wait till after this?
Oh, very intense.
That intensity and his notebook full of plays helps Ron avoid an upset.
So scoring a touchdown against you, I consider the highlight of my professional career.
You can see it in the room. These people are so excited to be here. It's one big fraternity. It's just wonderful.
And it's also drafting new players.
What do you like about this game?
Like everything. It's a lot of fun.
Even when it causes a little family strife.
The worst sound is when she yells at us for having the board on the kitchen table for a week at a time.
Yeah.
A small price to pay when your personal Super Bowl championship is on the line. Serena Altschul, CBS News, Chicago.
I had one of those. And that's the CBS Evening News. Thanks for joining us this Saturday evening. I'm Russ Mitchell reporting this evening from Houston.
Some grown-ups will remember playing the childhood game of electric football as if it were yesterday. That's because they were playing it yesterday, and they'll be back for more today. This is a supercharged topic, as Bill Geist explains.
Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful Super Bowl Sunday, and weather should not be a factor at today's big game between the Chicago Bears and the Kansas City Chiefs, held here at the Embassy Suites in Baltimore, Maryland, just off the lobby. You heard Detroit? Nope, this is it, the Super Bowl of electric football. With hundreds of games contested by top players from throughout the country.
Nice way to stop it.
Drawn by the seductive call of buzzing board.
That's touchdown.
Touchdown.
That buzzes music to my ears.
How many players are going to be here this weekend?
Well, we'll probably have 600, 700. We've got them from all over the United States. You did well.
Michael Landsman is commissioner of the Electric Football League and president of Miggle Toys, which makes the game.
It's a real social game. It's a game of strategy. It's a game of camaraderie, as opposed to the computer games where you sit there and they're totally antisocial.
That was tough, man.
Norbert Revels from Detroit is the reigning Super Bowl champion and a favorite to repeat this year. He's a master butcher by trade, both off and on the vibrating metal field, who puts in long hours of practice.
Practice and developing plays and developing bases, I would say 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours a day.
The game's really evolved since I used to play it with my brother back in the 1950s. Back then, the players would stand still or go around in circles or run the wrong way. Now, electric football was a kid's game.
Yeah, that's ball game.
Now it's played by thousands of grown men.
Did you see that defense?
Well, grown physically, anyway. They play with gusto
Booyah!
and with the occasional touch of clinical hysteria.
One yard, you're through.
Do you talk to your players?
Not just talk, but praying. Talk.
You say a team prayer?
Yes, I put my team in the middle of the football board, around in a circle, right in the middle of the board, around in a circle, and I take my hat off, and I say a prayer, and then when I get up, let's go. Let's go.
Players love the strategy and the competitiveness, not to mention the neato little collectible figures.
That's the real. I'm blown away, man. I'm blown away.
This Picasso of plastic players can actually paint names on their backs.
Now look at the Ricky Williams with the dreadlocks. It's amazing.
There are little plastic officials, cheerleaders, even TV crews. That's me on the sidelines at the Super Bowl. The footballs themselves look like Q-tips or Advil that can be punted, kicked, and passed. Let's see that one in slow motion. Are you a good passer?
Excellent.
Norbert's great in every phase of the game.
Good game. Thank you.
Norbert.
Norbert and his little plastic Kansas City Chiefs play their way into the final Super Bowl game.
Big Keith Chalmers.
Where they'll meet the Chicago Bears, coached by Keith Chalmers from Washington, D.C. That's Big Keith to you, who looks ready for a championship fight.
What so proudly we hail as the twilight's last gleaming.
Let's play some football.
All right. Super Bowl 12 is underway.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And on the very first play,
Number 20 breaks to the outside and look out.
Keith's running back sprints 77 yards for a touchdown.
Touchdown!
As his Bears take an early lead.
The Bears score first. Touchdown, KC!
Norbert fights back with a touchdown pass, but Keith kicks a field goal to take a 9-6 lead, and it's time for the big Super Bowl halftime extravaganza.
Let's settle down. That's what I want to do.
The Rolling Stones, it's
Just
not.
Me and you.
The second half is an epic defensive struggle.
Pass is incomplete. Incomplete.
Interrupted only by a lost ball.
The ball was found by...
And a phone call.
I'll call you back in the middle of a Super Bowl.
But when all the buzzing's over,
Game is over.
it's Big Keith and his Chicago Bears will be fitted for the 2006 Super Bowl ring.
You're champion.
No word yet about a Super Bowl victory parade, not even a really little itsy-bitsy one.